Can you grow on a super tight budget? You know it. A lot of this equipment, it helps. That is what all of it does. It helps, but you don't need majority of it. First, you need to find out if you want to grow photos or autos. If you grow photos, you want to find a dark room, a dark closet, something that's dark, because when it hits the flowering, you don't want extra light getting into that area. If you don't have that kind of area, I would go with autos. For autos, it doesn't matter if light comes in the window, nothing is going to mess it up. And the price for the rest of this is just up to you and how many plants you want to grow. So you need your seeds, auto or photo. You're gonna need a light. I like to have this, like this light back here. It's a 200 watt Fixita light. It's $87 on Amazon, and it's good for a 2x2 area. So it just depends on how big your plant is gonna be. Next up is the Fixita 400 watt. It covers a 3x3 or a 2x2 area, and it's $150. Or like my big light back here, that's the Fixita 800, and it covers a 5x5. But if you're looking for a great cheap light, I highly recommend Fixita. No, they don't all work on an app or anything, but they do link together power-wise, and they work great. You don't need no auto pots. All you need is some soil in a pot, a fabric pot, or even a 5-gallon bucket. My very first plant I grew was in a 5-gallon bucket with some 1/2-inch holes drilled in the bottom, about 5-6 holes, and that's all you needed. I used Happy Frog soil. It's about $16 here locally from Grow Generation, and it's cheap and works great. Now I am backtracking a bit here, but when it comes to the light, you can also grow, if it's the right time of year, you can grow in a windowsill or in a sunroom somewhere it gets light. Harder in winter because you obviously don't get the same strength of light coming in. So having a small light can definitely help still. Now my first grow, I didn't pH a single thing. I just used straight tap water and it did grow just fine. You don't have to pH your water. It's just better to. If you do want to use pH meter, this is a good cheap pH meter off Amazon for $25. Use them are. And anytime you're growing, 5-gallon buckets just come in handy. Whether you're watering or mixing up nutrients, it's just easy. So you're gonna need some 5-gallon buckets probably, or a watering can. If growing indoor and using a light, I highly recommend a Lux meter. This is a cheap one off Amazon for $30. Par meters is what people prefer, but they cost more, like $100 or more. But this will still measure your light's brightness and you can adjust accordingly. Now you don't necessarily need King Solomon nutrients. You can just top feed with some random nutrients that whatever the plant happens to need at the grow store. Find out what the plant needs by the leaves and what it's telling you and what it's deficient in, and then you go to the store and you get something to fix it. So it's low on calcium, you go get calcium. And some fertilizers are like $10, $12 or $20 a box or a case or a little bag. King Solomon just makes it easy because everything you need is pretty much right here. And it's super easy for new growers because all you need is 1 scoop of A, 1 scoop of B, the whole entire grow. You switch to bloom, it's still 1 scoop of A, 1 scoop of B, the entire grow. It doesn't get any easier. Back on the pH, if you are going to pH your water, you're going to need pH up and down. Now that doesn't have to be T and B. This just lasts a lot longer than the general hydroponics that I've been using or used in the past. You will need some scissors or some little snips. That way when you're trimming or defoliating, you will need some fans, but it doesn't need to be really crazy or anything. Like these are just regular house fans. This one is $13 at Menards. Two things that definitely help is having a humidifier and a dehumidifier. The humidifier is good for when you're in seedling and veg. Use a dehumidifier more in flower. Now it doesn't have to be one of the Spider Farmer brands or one of the brands. It can be a cheap one off Amazon like this is, and even this is a cheaper one off Amazon. That's pretty much everything you'll need. All the other things are just kind of luxuries. The tents just help keep pests out and helps have the environment and everything in that room and keep that environment. Plus it helps reflect all the light back at the plant because it's highly reflective everywhere in the tent. But once you get a tent, then you need an inline fan. You need some fans inside the tent that fit there, so like some pole fans. And then if you got all that stuff, you need a controller to control all of it. But it's not necessary. You can just as easily grow, just put some seeds out in the dirt, not right now because it's cold, and it will grow. But indoors, all you need is pot, soil, light, water, the nutrients. Those are the big ones. You can grow it in a wide open room because I'm growing these autos wide open in the room. It is about 50% humidity in here is about what I keep it, 50, 60, somewhere around there. Could these plants be bigger inside of a tent? Most likely, but that's fine. Most likely, but I grow my photos in my tents. I still need another tent for the autos. That'd be nice.